13 years ago, I made a commitment to a person that I decided I wanted to try and create a life with. 6'3", 200 and something pounds, clean shaven head. Some of you know him. His name is Noah Martin. And I made that promise to him 13 years ago, which was one promise. I made one vow, which was that I would let Noah love me and I would be open to receiving his love. And he made one promise to me, which is that he promised to grow and grow and grow. And that became the moment of the beginning of our sacred partnership, which could only have begun had I done the first part, which was sacred partnership with myself. And for those of you that know me, again, my name is Christine Arylo, and I am the founder of the Path of Self-Love School and also a woman who does a lot of work with women's leadership. And it always strikes me how little we talk about in women's leadership about our relationships, our partnerships, when the truth is the people that we choose for our partner are one of the biggest choices that we make that affects everything in our lives. And so many smart, amazing, intelligent, strong women I have seen again and again and again either end up in relationships that are not respectful, that can be emotionally abusive, verbally abusive, toxic, and yet they stay. Or so many women who are in relationships with they're good men, but they're the women are the ones who feel the burden of the bringing home the money and doing the work and taking care of the kids. All the burden feels like it's on them because their men aren't growing. And then there's the other beings, beloveds, maybe this is you, where you're single and you want to be in what I call a sacred partnership. I don't use the word marriage. I don't use the word husband to tell what Noah is. Husband, did you know what the word husband means? It literally comes from husbandry, cattle, to own cattle. This whole marriage, husband, wife, whole thing created by man to basically control and own women and take property away from women hundreds of years ago. So we need a new way to think about, a new way to be in our relationships. And yes, and I'm talking about man and woman specifically because that's what we're seeing right now in the screen, so many distorted ways. And politics aside, what we're seeing is men not respecting women. And that's been happening for a long, long, long time. And whether you are a man or you are a woman or you are gender non-identified, what I believe in all of my heart is that while we may not feel like we have total control over who might be elected into office or who might be running a company or whatever might be going on out there, we have control over what's going on in our own relationships, in our own partnerships. And for those of you that are single who desire to be in partnership but aren't, and so are there even any good men or good people out there? Or for those of us that are in relationship that are really amazing, perhaps, but somehow the other person isn't really showing up. Or for those of you that have been in relationships that have been toxic and demeaning and just clipped your wings. Today, I wanted to come to you on the day after my anniversary with a special message from Noah and myself. And that message is a different way. It doesn't have to be single or be married. It doesn't have to be man against woman. It's what we call sacred partnership. And sacred partnership is this. It's this ring. This is actually our marriage ring. I feel like it's our marriage ring, and you'll see it's an ancient symbol, and it shows the two wholes together create a sacred third. We are stronger together, but we never lose who we are. And over these last 13 years, it isn't like we're perfect. Luckily, Noah came in kind of understanding how relationship works. And we have some specific pillars that we've put into place in our relationship, some that were taught to us by our spiritual mentors, by people who had created sacred partnerships, many of them the second time around, and some that we've just created along the way, and some that I always just say Noah kind of came in with, because he's been giving relationship counseling since he was 8 years old to his mother about politics at work, and to, since then, many, many women and men, both in couples and individuals. So as we were together yesterday talking about how could we really give a different imprint of what it means to be in partnership, we thought, let's share a video. that we did about 2 years ago. It's based on the 4 pillars of sacred partnership. And it's here, right here on this page today. It's one of the wisdom sessions I offer, but we wanted to offer it to all of you today for $13. 13 because it's the number of years we've been in our partnership, to share with you the 4 partnership pillars that we've learned. And to just to get that into our brains, because we weren't taught. We are relationally stunted as a culture. So if we want to be in a world in which men respect women and women respect women, and people in relationships don't go to their poles and feel isolated and feel resentful, but we learn how to come together around a sacred dream, a sacred intention to support each other, like that's possible, then the little boys and the little girls that we are growing, they'll see that in us. We know our children watch what we do much more than what we say. No, and I believe we need a new imprint in this world of what sacred partnership looks like with men and women and with humans. So we invite you to the 4 pillars of partnership. And if it can serve you, whether you're single or you're in relationship, we hope it does. And in the years to come, in the months to come, there will be more. This is a big part of Noah's work in the world. And for me, in the work I do in feminine leadership and women's leadership, we have to be talking about our relationships and learning ourselves, and then teaching our girls and our boys how to be in sacred partnership about the choices they make and how to lean in together to create something where both people can be supported, and together we can be stronger. So I hope this helps you. Sending you much love out there. Let's create a different world. You have that power. I have that power. Right from within. Sending you much love.